Hi there, I'm going to do another video about DAWs and just the basics of them. So last time I focused on audio recording, so this time I'm going to do some software recording, software instrument recording. I've just opened up the same project that I had last time, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some instruments to them that I don't want to record audio for. Basically I want to use samples. So I'll create a new track. Instead of creating an audio track like I did last time, I would select software instrument and just empty channel strips. That's absolutely fine. I'll go into that and then my library will open up at the side here. So I would like to maybe get some strings in there, so let's select strings. And then when I select record and I play some notes on my MIDI keyboard here, it should sound like string section. Some of them are quite sophisticated, some are maybe a bit more basic. Some DAWs have quite expansive libraries built into them. These are just Logic's built-in strings, so they'll be absolutely fine for what I'm demonstrating. So when I play notes in, instead of sound waves, they will come up as digital information, which you'll see in just a second. So let's have a go. Great. So if I just go into this, you'll see the notes that I've played in represented against what's called the piano roll. So these bars here are the notes, and you can see their length and where they sit within the grid. So you'll probably have heard when I was playing that it sounded a bit uneven, a bit all over the place, and that kind of is reflected here, where you can see there's kind of big gaps in between them. So I want them to sound legato. I want them to sound quite nice and smooth, but there's breaks in between them. So the first thing I can do is sort out the length of them. Actually, the first thing I'll do is sort out the positions of them, because you can see here and here that they aren't quite on the beat. So that would be the start of beat 4, where I wanted to play that chord, but I played it a bit early. And that's kind of consistent throughout. So one way of doing that is to just move them about with the mouse, just drag them and make sure that they line up perfectly with the start of the bar that you want. Some are easier to line up than others. The quicker way of doing that would be to just select all of them, or let's just select those 3, that chord there, which is coming in far too early. And I want it to lie right in the beat, so I can quantize it. So from here, I'll just select 4th notes, and it'll automatically zip it to the closest crotchet beat in it, and that makes it nice and in time. So obviously you're making things quite robotic by doing this. It's great for a demo, great for organizing your files and having them kind of that way, but you are making it quite robotic at the same time. So it depends what you're going for exactly. So another thing I can do is change the lengths, manipulate the length of each note by dragging it. So by the corner I can make these notes last for the full duration, thus making them quite a legato sound. And then I can do the same for these, and then what will happen, let's get those in position in fact. Make them last to the end of that bar. And then for these 3 chords, they'll sound nice and smooth. So another thing that's quite inconsistent is the velocity of them, so the volumes that the samples are playing at. So you can change that as well just by selecting each one. And in this case, there's a wee bar here, velocity, and the higher I make the velocity number, means it's a bigger kind of more intense sample than a very low number where the colour goes a bit more blue. So I'll just even that out a wee bit and just make sure that those ones, that 3rd chord sounded way quieter than the others. So what I'll do is I'll just select them and I'll just drag this up, and they'll start to change colour, and that means that their velocities are changing. So there we go.